What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to another reaction video to a Bleacher Report article. This one was written by Grant Hughes on October 19th, and it is titled Blockbuster NBA Trades That Actually Make Sense. So yeah, we're going to criticize this or maybe agree with it. I believe it's 5 different trades. Yeah, so it's 1 out of 5. Nuggets first one is Nuggets go all in. So 5 different trades to react to. Let's get into this. Like always, I will leave a link to the article in the description below. And let's see if I think both teams should maybe think about this trade or it's kind of lopsided, and let's get into it. So okay, you guys know me. I've been harping on they should go after Bradley Beal. I've already said that, so if this is going to be basically what I think it is, I will be agreeing. So the trade is Denver Nuggets are acquiring Bradley Beal. The Wizards are acquiring Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, 2022, and a top 10 2022 first. I think Denver should 1000% do this trade. I think they definitely should. And I think if they do this trade, then they would definitely need to bring back Jeremy Grant or Paul Millsap, because they would need. I mean, I guess you could have Murray, you would have Beal, Will Barton, and then if you bring back Jeremy Grant, and then you got Jokic, that's a solid defensive starting 5. I mean, Jokic is all right, but then you have Grant and Barton, 2 pretty solid defenders. Beal, not a good defender, and Jamal Murray, I guess, is a little bit better than Beal, but nothing great. But I think they should definitely do this trade. Now, the only thing is Washington, is this enough value? Because you're basically getting Gary Harris, who's kind of a wash at this point. I mean, he's not a wash. He's still young. He's, what, 26, 27. He's making $17 million a year for the next 2 years, I believe. I mean, maybe just needs a new scenery. Maybe he just does, because he was really good in, what, like 2016 or 15, one of those years. Well, he's drafted in 2014. I think he was good in 2016 or 2017, and then 18, 19, and 20 haven't been that good. Or he was good in 18 with 19. You know what I mean? There was one good year in there. That's why I got that big extension. But is he really valuable to Washington? I don't think so that much. But I guess thinking it can still make them competitive, which they probably want to do. They probably still want to win games. They don't want to fully rebuild, because they'll have the top 10 pick this year. They'll have Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, John Wall, Thomas Bryant. That team can, I guess, still contend to make the playoffs, not really to go far. But they can pick 22 in a weak draft. I mean, I don't think that's anything special. And then a top 10 pick in 2022 to avoid the stepping rule. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even allow them to put a top 10 protection on that. I would want that unprotected. And then I would think, okay, if that's the best deal Washington can get, then I would do it if you're high on Michael Porter Jr. I'm not really the highest person on Michael Porter Jr. I think injuries will catch up to him. But I would do this if I were Denver. I would think about this if I were Washington. But if you're fully set on MPJ, do it. Why not? But I do like this trade a little bit more for Denver than I do for Washington, because Denver's basically giving up 2 late picks because they'll be good in 2022. Gary Harris and then Michael Porter Jr. I don't know. I feel like that's a really good trade for Denver. Next up, we got Happy Holidays. Okay, so the Pacers are acquiring Jrue Holiday from the Pelicans for Miles Turner and either Doug McDermott or Jeremy Lamb to make the money work, plus a 2021 second-round pick. I mean, okay, this is pretty interesting, because then you can get creative with like a Brogdon, Oladipo, Holiday trio lineup, which is really good defensively. You could have Sabonis at the 5. You would need to find a better power forward than like a TJ Lee for moving, I guess, TJ Warren to the stretch 4 position, which is interesting. And Sabonis is probably a better rebounder than Miles Turner. I actually don't mind this trade. The only thing I'm scared of is you're giving up basically your youngest and like best player. Like, you look at their young core, like you got Aaron Holiday, you got Miles Turner, and then you have like Goga Bitadze. I would say by far I'd rather have Miles Turner than any one of those guys. So you're trading Miles Turner. Well, I mean, I guess the bonus was actually drafted a year after Miles Turner, but you get what I mean. You're trading a really good center, I would say. Not a top 5 center in the NBA, but a top 10 center in the NBA who's still fairly young on a solid contract. But you're getting Jrue Holiday. Sorry if you heard my desk, I just accidentally hit it. Who's a very underrated player, and he's got 2 years left on his deal. He has, I believe, this year, and then a player option for next year, which at $27 million he'll probably opt into, I would think. I mean, maybe he'll look for something more long-term, but the only thing I'm scared about is he'll be a free agent in 2 years. Oladipo could be a free, or will be a free agent next year. I don't know. You might be gutting your team here. So, but I do like getting creative. Well, yeah, you would have Justin Holiday and Aaron Holiday, but now you got Brogdon, Oladipo, Jrue Holiday. That could cause a lot of frustration for a lot of NBA offenses, especially some good ones, because now you have a lot of versatility on the defensive end. Jrue Holiday could guard even some power forwards. I'm not saying he can guard Kristaps or AD in the post, but you know what? He's honestly not that bad of a post defender given his size on bigger guys. He's very good. I actually don't mind this trade. I don't completely hate this trade. I'd be hesitant to do it if I were Indiana. I would most definitely do this if I were the Pelicans, because now you can give Naw more minutes if you let him go, and then obviously you have Josh Hart, still have Brendan Ingram at the 3. But yeah, basically you can give Naw a lot of minutes, or if you take a 2 at pick 13. But then basically you're getting Miles Turner, who fits your young core's timeline with Brendan Ingram, Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball. He's around that age, and I think Miles Turner is definitely going to be the better Texas center out of him and Jackson Hayes. So I do like that trade for the Pelicans a little bit more, but I don't completely hate it for the Pacers. So 2 pretty solid trades so far. Let's get on to the third one. The Cavaliers finally start over, so they acquire so the Cavs are getting LaMarcus Aldridge and Keldon Johnson for Kevin Love. Okay. Hell yeah, you're getting a young player for Kevin Love, which I think is basically what they're going to get. Unless they get like the 30th pick in the first round, but that's a team that would want to take on Kevin Love's contract. I think getting Keldon Johnson for Kevin Love is fine by me. You get LaMarcus Aldridge, who's pretty similar to skill level with Love right now. So if you still want to maybe do well next year, this isn't going to make you worse, and at least you get somebody that went in the first round last year. So basically a former first round pick. So I don't mind this trade at all for Cleveland. The only thing is I don't know if I like it for San Antonio. Now, if you're still trying to compete, you're San Antonio, you could probably get used to Kevin Love and his shooting, and you could really adore that. I mean, I don't know, though. I feel like the Spurs should also start to look to rebuild or retool, and they'll let Aldridge and DeRozan's contract expire. Honestly, I would maybe even ask for Cleveland to throw in a second-round pick. But if the Spurs are still trying to compete with their 11th pick this year, Derek White, Lonnie Walker, DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, yeah, I guess if ownership still wants to compete, you get Love, who's a little bit younger than LaMarcus Aldridge, and probably a little bit better at the moment. And yeah, you know what? I mean, I like this for Cleveland because they basically get off the Love contract 2 years early because Aldridge is a free agent next year. I believe Love has 3 more years on his contract. So, yeah. Or does he have 3 more or does he have 2 more? He might have 2 more. So, I mean, you save money on an extra year. Either way, I do like this trade for Cleveland a little bit more than I do for San Antonio. Next, we have the Bucks quit messing around. Let's see what they got here. So, it's a 3-way. Okay. We got the Bucks getting Oladipo and Rocco. Whoa. Whoa, what? Pacers are getting Bledsoe and their 2020 first round pick, so pick 24. Oh my god, that is their return for Oladipo. Why would they want Bledsoe, though? I guess they would move Brogdon back to the 2. And then Houston gets DiVincenzo, Ilyasova, and a 2020 and 2 first round picks? Yeah, I would do that if I were Houston. You save money, you get a good young player, and you get 2 first-round picks when you lack draft capital. The new GM should definitely do that 100%. I don't mind this for Milwaukee because you're getting 2 really good wing defenders who can also shoot the ball, which I think this would be great because then you could probably have Oladipo even run point guard or George Hill. You could have Oladipo at the 2, possibly Rocco at the 3, Middleton at the 4, Giannis at the 5, but maybe that's a little intense. So maybe Oladipo at the 1. You have Rocco at the 2. That's a big lineup. It's a big lineup. I'm trying to think because you would obviously want probably Lopez, Giannis, Middleton, Oladipo, and Rocco on the court at the same time. Who's playing point guard? I guess Oladipo, but then who's... Well, I know it's positionless anymore, so I guess you could do that. You could do Oladipo, Rocco, Middleton, Giannis, and Lopez. Now, that is a great defensive lineup. Holy crap. But their defense is so good already. I mean, I like this trade for Milwaukee a lot. I would give up the 2 first-round picks to try to win it all with Giannis because, hey, you win a championship this year. Even if Giannis leaves, who cares if you don't have those picks? You at least got your championship. And then, wait. Oh, yeah, never mind. And then I don't mind this for the Rockets. I actually think they should think about this because you're getting 2 first-round picks, and who knows? If Giannis leaves, those might be valuable. And you're getting DiVincenzo, who might be better than Rocco in a couple years. I mean, he's just younger than him. That's a big thing. He's making a lot less money. And then you can get a little more creative in free agency. Or with trades, and, well, like Daryl Morey's gone, so I don't know what the new GM's going to want to do. But I don't like this for the Pacers. I feel like this is... just not a good return for Oladipo. I don't know if they can do better, but I'd rather honestly just keep... I mean, I don't know. I just wouldn't want the Bledsoe contract. Last one, the Rockets and Knicks go nuclear. Oh, my God. This is... What? Oh, my God. No! No! This article's... Oh, my God. We went through 4 all-right trades. The Pacers returned, and the last one wasn't great. But this is utter... This is bad. This is bad. So the Rockets are acquiring R.J. Barrett, Ntilikina, number 8, and number 27 for Russ. If you're a rebuilding team, I would want that for Harden. I would think, okay, maybe Harden. You're giving up a top 10 pick. I mean, that's not a good return for Harden. No, I wouldn't do that if I were the Rockets. But Boy, I would not do that if I were getting Russell Westbrook for that. Oh, that is horrible for the Knicks. Hell yeah, I would do this for the Rockets because you get a player with great potential in RJ Barrett who's on his rookie deal. Neil Keane, a good defender on his rookie deal as well. A top 10 pick in the draft, you'll get on a rookie deal if you're adding a Devin Vassell or somebody like that. And 27 for not an aging Westbrook, but he's north of 30. He's proven that he has to be a sidekick on a team. And I mean, he hasn't won it with Paul George. He hasn't won anything with James Harden. Yeah, they did well, or he's done well with KD, but that was KD. Why this Knicks trade is horrible for the Knicks. I mean, I don't even think I would hang up the phone immediately. I would laugh if the Rockets GM called this to me. What is the hell is his reasoning for the Knicks? The Knicks will always try to make a splash. This would be a cannibal off the high dive. Why wouldn't New York instead use its room to take on more salary than sending it out? Well, the Knicks would rather have 4 years of a moderately overpaid, not so exciting Fred VanVleet. I'd rather have Fred VanVleet at least this core than Russell Westbrook. Julius Randle is your 1 and 2. Hell yeah. I mean, hell no. That duo right there is going to win you 25 games and a lot of locker room fights and a lot of people who don't want to pass the ball. Yeah, no, I'll see you guys in the next video. Wow.